big hello from London. Well, some very interesting and somewhat rare technical patterns last week in a variety of markets. Let's start with the Eurodollar. And I'll also include US dollar Danish kroner in this and US dollar Romanian leu in on this part of the conversation, as they had similar patterns. But I'll use Eurodollar as an example of what I mean. So in Eurodollar, we had what I call a compound weekly key reversal up. This is not to be confused with an immediate countering weekly key reversal. In many ways, it is the opposite of that, even if their origins are the same. Okay, so we all know what a weekly key reversal up is. So you sometimes have an immediate countering weekly key reversal, which is, as the label implies, is the opposite and stronger of a weekly key reversal. Taking a superficial reading of that may possibly indicate that the second weekly key reversal counters and offsets the first, thus turning a bullish weekly indicator into a bearish one, and vice versa. I say superficial as though this does happen, but I'm more inclined to view such actions as indicative of indecision, large-scale indecision, large-scale into weak indecision. I'll just let that sink in for a moment. So these immediate countering patterns do occur. They are not rare, but they are also not common. What is rare is what we have had here in Eurodollar these past weeks. You see, we had a weekly key reversal up 2 weeks ago, and then last week we had an even larger weekly key reversal also up. A bigger one on top of a bigger one, already on a bullish pattern. As I said, these patterns are rare, and I can't remember the last time I saw one or what it was in, or what the resultant move was like. However, I've got a vague recollection in my subjective memory that doing this, that this second similar weekly key reversal pattern was enough to kickstart a move in the general direction of both of the same weekly key reversals that make up a 2-week compound weekly key reversal pattern. Thus, here in Eurodollar, we had a compound weekly key reversal up, which we have seen a follow-through higher this week. Looking elsewhere, in US dollar against the Danish kroner, we had a compound weekly key reversal down. And in US dollar Romanian leu, we had a compound weekly key reversal down as well. Both of these had immediate follow-on lower markets this week. The only other weekly key reversals in the currencies were weekly key reversals up in US dollar Turkish lira, US dollar Russian ruble, and US dollar Russian ruble 1-month NDF. Now, meanwhile, in the equity markets, we had an immediate countering weekly key reversal up in the NASDAQ 100. This was a good example of the indecision I'd previously spoken about, which was evident on Monday, coupled with the power of the larger immediate countering action last week, which we saw yesterday with a market moving higher. I still think the jury may be out on this being a superior bullish action, at least not until we have a strong confirming move higher over this year's high. Plus, bear in mind, we did not see any weekly technical actions in any of the other associate stock indexes, so no confirmation there as yet. Elsewhere, there was a weekly key reversal up in the FlexClip Semiconductor Index, which has seen a limited attempt higher this week, and a weekly key reversal up in the Russian IMX stock index. There were 2 other weekly key reversals last week. There was a weekly key reversal up in the Baltic Dirty Tanker Index, quite a good one as well, which has seen a suitable follow-through higher this week already, though this was not reflected in other shipping indexes. And the only one I saw in the commodities that I follow was a weekly key reversal down in Chicago lean hog futures. This has seen a limited move lower this week, so we have had a follow-on of sorts. I put down the reluctance to move lower to the market's proximity now to the support of the October 2022 to date uptrend seen on continuous daily charts, and that's currently at 84.17. Now we shall see how this develops. I'm always happy to answer any direct questions with anyone who is interested, and with that I'll finish this section from London, and I hope that you found these comments useful.
Thank you for listening. This weekly broadcast gives the essential market patterns and consequences.
Please be aware of the risk disclaimer posted both at the front and the back of this broadcast. Copyright is Eddie Toftbig and ADM Investor Services International Limited. And here comes the final important bit.